There are plenty of books written on beekeeping. If every one of them was to advance the field just half a step forward, nowadays it would be as hard to find a person without a beehive as it is to come across someone without a smartphone. And yet, most of the authors do want to believe that his or her book carries a touch of innovation. In the growing collection of episodes on this channel, we offer our vision on the progress in beekeeping, discussed in more details in our book series entitled The World Inside and Around a Beehive. Beeswax is one of the main products of beekeeping. Anyone who keeps even 2-3 colonies gets plenty of it accumulated over time. Most often, it is sold in bulk for a very low price. Historically, flammability of beeswax proved to be one of its most valuable properties. Chunks of it do not catch fire, they melt. And yet, just add a wick and you can not only get a steady flame, but sustain it for hours, enjoying a smooth, bright and quiet burning without any smoke or soot. Traditional products called candles are just that, beeswax sticks with a wick inside. What else does one need to make candles? With some imagination, any home kitchen can easily be turned into a small candle factory. At our kitchen, we make a variety of candles by molding, forming, or layering. In this episode, we focus on the first option only. The process of making candles by molding is perhaps the most straightforward. First, we cut chunks of beeswax into smaller pieces and normally put them into a special beeswax melter. Taking into consideration that most of the viewers may not have a melter, for this particular presentation we chose to put chips of beeswax into a glass bottle placed in a pot filled with hot water on a stove. It takes some time for beeswax to melt. We can use it to assemble the mold. For this one, we chose a glass tube of suitable size, 2 plastic cups with the same bottom diameter as the size of the tube, and the wick, a central element of any candle. Any wick we use is made of natural materials. Its thickness is selected depending on the diameter of the candle. The exact size is hardly possible to calculate. In each case, it is best to go by experiment. But here, we took an obviously thinner one to demonstrate more clearly how to get it centered. The difficulty is that the wick must be stretched at the exact center of the candle and hold its position until beeswax is cooled to a solid state. To achieve that, we take a plastic cup, cut off its bottom and pierce a hole at the center. Then we repeat the steps with the second one. Through this hole, we insert the wick with a knot at its end and put it through the glass tube into the hole of the second cap, turned upside down. Now the 2 caps at the top and the bottom can hold the wick centered exactly along the axis of the mold. Once the beeswax is fully melted and all turned into liquid, we pour it in one step into the form then close the top cover using the clamp if necessary. When the candle has cooled enough, it may be a good idea to warm up the glass tube in hot water. This way the whole candle can be easily pulled out. It retains the exact inner shape of the mold. Finally, we cut off the wick to its proper height. It is also important to periodically trim it at the burning candle. This makes it last longer. If the flame is weak or unstable, it may be necessary to pick a wick of another size or material. These factors also determine whether the wax will be overflowing down the candle or not. For some candles, we choose wicks that would make the wax drip on purpose. It looks beautiful and we like it. The process of making candles is an inspiring recreational activity and an interesting hobby. Equally important is its extra income potential. By selling candles, one can increase the profitability of even a small apiary. It should not be overlooked, however, that hot beeswax and products like candles must be dealt with responsibly in view of their fire hazard. At all stages of the work, the participants should strictly follow the fire safety rules.